Uh, Welcome to the CSR Universe Leaders Talk segment. Before we begin today's conversation, it is an honor to introduce a visionary who has transformed the way India thinks about safe drinking water and home hygiene. Mr. Mahesh Gupta is the chairman and managing director of Kent RO Systems Limited, a name now synonymous with purity, innovation, and trust. An IIT Kanpur alumnus and a pioneer in health tech, he founded Kent with a mission to make clean, safe water accessible to every Indian household. From launching India's first RO water purifier to building a diversified portfolio of products for healthier living, his journey is a shining example of purpose driven entrepreneurship. Beyond business, Mr. Gupta is a passionate advocate for sustainability, education, and preventive healthcare, values that reflect deeply in Kent's work across communities. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Mahesh Gupta.
Okay.
Sir, so we are beginning this formal interaction with you. As you know, the CSR universe has been covering different aspects of social problems that we face today, and water is one of the biggest area on which policymakers, innovators, and social sector leaders are also focusing. India is witnessing a heightened focus on health, hygiene, and wellness, especially post-COVID. There is a consequential rise in new entrants in this segment as well. How is Kentaro aligning its current product strategy to navigate this evolving market?
Yeah, well, I think you have said very correctly. There are big challenges on clean drinking water. Waters are not getting cleaner, they are getting dirtier and dirtier. There are various reasons for the same. I'm not getting into all this. If you ask me a question, we can discuss that subsequently. But you have asked me a question, how is Kent aligning for this mission of providing clean drinking water? So my answer is our basic DNA of Kent is to provide clean drinking water. And we have various solutions for various type of consumers, whether it is the people in the low segment, bottom of the pyramid, or people who want the best drinking water. We have reverse osmosis followed by multiple purification systems to give you the cleanest water, as good as nature intended to drink. And we have these solutions for all things. And a lot of consumers have used our product and they are quite happy about it. And we continue to innovate in this area.
Right.
Sir, could you just tell us a little more about, because when we talk about ROs, it's usually considered an urban, equipment. So what offerings do you have for low-income families? You just mentioned. So
yeah, we have a gravity water purifier which does not require any electricity.
okay.
So it's a three-stage water purification process. You pour the water from the top. It goes through a sediment filter and a carbon filter to remove organic impurities as well and visible impurities. Then it goes through once water is filled in the upper tank, the water travels through an ultrafiltration membrane to the bottom tank, wherein no bacteria or virus can pass through. So it is able to take care of bacteria and virus removal from the water. And then the bottom tank delivers the purified water to a consumer whenever he wants. We have two solutions in this area. 10 plus 10 liter, 10 liter upper tank, 10 liter bottom tank. So 10 liters of purified water is always available to a consumer to drink. And 5 plus 5, so 5 liter water is available. And our solutions start with 1,400 rupees to a consumer to 3,000 rupees to a consumer, depending upon which model you buy.
Right. So, sir, there is also a growing emphasis on sustainability across industries. So, how is Kent innovating to make its product more environmentally responsible while maintaining your high performance of purifying the water?
Sustainability is the meaning, the word itself has a full meaning. That means we want to work in an environment where we can live for lifelong eternity. That means the earth is capable of generating resources what is required for the human beings or for the all living creatures in this system. Our biggest problem is today the carbon emissions. So we as human beings use too much of a carbon in terms of the form of energy. Everything is moving so fast in present centuries in last 100 years, that we have started using fossil fuels to a very high level. The fossil fuels are nothing but hydrocarbons. Once these hydrocarbons give you energy, they emit carbon dioxide. If they emit carbon dioxide, simply no problem. But there are two things involved out here. The oil and the fossil fuel are not going to last for eternity. So they are not sustainable, A. B, the amount of carbon they emit, the CO2, it causes greenhouse effect. So the temperature of the earth is going every year by year. Now that is, again, you are finding the climate change happening because of this. So this again is not sustainable. So we need to reduce the carbon footprint into the earth. To do this, I think we have embarked upon a very noble thing of enhancing efficiency of fans to 300%. How we have done is we have introduced BLDC fans. A normal fan consumes only 70 watt of power, which is high. Our modern fans, which are BLDC fans, consume only 28 watt of power. So you save 65% of electricity. Now, there are 100 million fans in India, India being hot and hot climate, and we don't have people who can afford air conditioner. They are again carbon guzzlers, air conditioners. So let's forget about carbon guzzlers. Even a fan. Now, if all fans, 100 crore fans, are converted into BLDC fans, India will save 2 crore worth of electricity. Now, do you think we should not work in that direction? So we as responsible company decided to come into this venture and help the country to convert consumers to BLDC fans.
Right. अच्छा सर, एक चीज बताइए कि जो आपके आरओ का आरओ प्रोडक्ट्स हैं और उनके एड्स भी आते हैं, मार्केटिंग भी होती है. Now in India, the entire country, we did not have this RO concept earlier before pioneers like you came with those products. Now, definitely there are parts in India wherein this RO is needed, but there would be some part. Do you think there are some parts or some geographies where water is already good to be used in as a drinking water without even these systems, wherein people may not be using this and still it is fine with them?
Okay, I'll answer like this. What's number one? What's the best solution for water purification? Water has two types of impurities. I would call them into two categories. One which is impurities soluble in water, and second impurities which are not soluble in water.
Right.
Bacteria, viruses, and all chemical impurities are not soluble in water. But if you will take a pinch of salt, it will get dissolved in water. Like you must have heard of a khara pani. Khara pani means is what? It has a higher level of salt.
Right.
Now you may say, okay, we need to remove both the impurities, soluble as well as non-soluble impurities. Now you may say, my pani is not khara, my pani is meetha. Why should I require an RO purifier? Okay, you are in municipality, you are living in Delhi. Let's say Delhi water is more cleaner than Noida water. So let me take a Delhi example. So you will say, why should I require a water purifier? Water is clean at a TDS level, the soluble impurities level is, let's say, 150 or 100. You may say, the taste is okay, I can take bacteria, virus out and drink this water. But do you know how the water travels from municipality to your tap? The municipality will give you a clean water from where? At their plant. Not in your tap in the kitchen. Even if they give you a clean water at your meter, but do you know you don't get 24-hour water supply? If you don't get 24-hour water supply, what happens to the balance 20 hours in the pipe? It's full of air. It causes corrosion. By the time again water comes in, that corrosion gets mixed into the water. I'm putting again, suppose it gets okay. Then it goes to overhead tank. In overhead tank, all the impurities are getting dissolved. Then if the pipeline is dirty, if pipeline is old, all the rusting will happen in the pipeline. So as a consumer, we want to test each and everything and be sure whether it requires what type of water purifier it requires. A. B. We have to talk about 365 days in a year. Now you may get a good water even in 300 days. What happens 65 days when you don't get a good water? You go to subsoil water. That water is hard. So what do you want to do? That means you again want to keep testing your water every day and keep deciding which type of water purifier you want to have it tomorrow. So best is have a reverse osmosis water purifier, take out soluble impurities, take out insoluble impurities, and get a clean water. I would say this is your insurance at home that if I install this, I need not worry. A universal solution is there. So to my mind, that's the best thing to do.
Right, right. So, sir, Kent has also diversified into air purifiers, kitchen appliances, and other products. So, given your broad product portfolio, where do you see most growth potential in the near future?
Well, I think everything should grow. Why should something not grow? Because things are not getting cleaner. The vegetables and fruits, people are putting more insecticides into them. They're not getting cleaner. So you need to wash vegetable fruits. The fans, people in India will continue to grow fans. They will do it. So to my mind, everything will grow. Which one will grow faster? That will depend on consumers, what they prefer. And we'll wait and see how does it grow.
No, sir, so as we all know, Kentaro का share market share मुझे नहीं पता exactly how much is the market share of Kentaro, but we see it often in almost every household wherever we go in this, at least at Delhi NCR. So already it is in leadership position, this product. Now, what is the next kind of innovation that you see in this product or any other product where you see innovation will lead to growth?
See, innovation is a constant phenomenon. When we introduce water purifier, then thereafter we have done number of patents and innovations. Now we maintain minerals in a purified water. We display the purity of water. Then purified water is always kept pure by putting a LED light into the tank. And we are also making water purifiers with no water wastage. So we are constantly innovating our water purifiers to go ahead. And we will continue to find what are the issues in the market and we'll continue to do innovations. So people want now water purifier not on the wall, under the counter water purifier we started making. Only a purified water tap we provide into the kitchen. So it's a constant process. You cannot say the technologies which we put it now will be obsolete, will remain the same in future. I always say it will everything which you have generated will become obsolete. You have to keep innovating, and we'll continue to do that as we move forward.
So the purifier without water wastage, has it? Have you introduced it in the markets?
Yes, we have introduced and we have patent on this. Anybody who is having a bungalow type of a system, not the apartment, and he wants the no water wastage, we can provide them a purifier, and with a pipeline going to the overhead tank, we put all that water back into his overhead tank, and we take out only clean water, 20 liters from that system.
Yeah, because that's something that concerns a lot of people because in the traditional ROs, a lot of water.
Yes, that's what I said. I work on sustainability. So this was another innovation done by us to look into sustainability.
Right.
So how do you maintain this culture, this constant innovation in your organization? How do you maintain this culture of energy and innovation within the organization, you being the leader?
I only tell people that whatever you do, whether it's in product or in your workspace or in our company's system, always believe in one thing, that whichever way you're doing, there is a better way behind you. So find that better way and put it in front of you, and you will find the answer. And if you keep trying it, you will always find which is a better way to do.
Right. So, sir, so water purified water access in many of the rural areas in India, and in some areas where there is a real problem with water quality, right? So, are you running any kind of social programs wherein you are working with any stakeholders like government or such institutions and doing some kind of awareness program or making it accessible to those kind of community as your CSR
Yes,
initiative?
yes, we are doing that. The Art of Living and Kent RO System is doing a joint program of, let's say, this year providing 10,000 gravity water purifiers to the villages where there is a real problem of water contamination. So as a part of the CSR activity, we are doing this.
Okay. Any other CSR activities, focus areas of your CSR activities, sir, apart from this?
Other focus area is we have decided to work on education. So
Mhm.
make a school of no fees structure in rural areas. That another step we have taken. That's
Okay.
not related to sustainability, but we feel education is an important part of society development.
It totally is. Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Sir, there is a question which is there are two terms and which are interlinked and interconnected. So one is uh, how do you assess the current entrepreneurial climate in India? And second, how is the entrepreneurial energy in climate sector in India? So both things.
So first is entrepreneurial culture. I think this is getting stronger and stronger.
Hmm.
See, students working in college or studying in college itself decides to do startups. People are making friendships and doing startups in college. And some of them are fructifying into very good enterprise itself. So you have seen all the big, they have come into billionaires stage as well. And a lot of things are, even our defense systems in the recent conflict with the Pakistan, we could see a lot of drones were made and the defense equipment were made by the startups. So that itself has proven on the paper that the entrepreneurial culture has come here, more on innovations, to do on more on innovation and building your enterprise, which are helping the society to evolve. So a lot of culture has come in, and government of India has promoted in a big way startup ecosystem. A lot of help is coming up from the investors to invest in startups, and people have seen their investments growing up. Although there is a risky phenomena, obviously, if 100 will start, maybe 4 or 5 will succeed. But if anybody starts makes a startup, I think he's becoming an entrepreneur. And even if he doesn't succeed as an entrepreneur, at a later time he becomes a very good employee because he understands the pain of the employer, and then he is able to perform better as an employee rather than people who have not ventured at all. So I'm not saying people who have not ventured at all are not responsible. They are responsible, but people who do their own startups and becomes entrepreneur, and whether they continue to as entrepreneurship journey or they come back into the main field, I think they do excellent work. So I think this culture is growing. Number two, startups or entrepreneur journey in the sustainability sphere. I
Right.
think some things are happening, but more is needed. So people in India are somehow or the other, the startup culture is to make quick money. Their
Hmm.
culture is okay. I want to make valuation of my company, exit the valuation, and this culture is coming because venture capitalists are coming. They want them to grow faster. Sometimes they lose the direction that sustainability is a slow phenomena. It's not
Right.
so well paying to begin with, unless you get into like area we got into energy conservation. A lot of people are working to this area. A lot of people are working into alternate source of energy. And once people, that's again a sustainability phenomena. So that is there. A lot of people are working on how to generate usefulness from waste, generating electricity from waste. Many startups are doing this activity. I think young minds are more brighter than our age group people, and they are certainly working in this direction.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you. So, looking ahead, sir, what are the key investment Kentaro is making in research and development? Again, this is part of again innovation only, but where so digital transformation coming in? Where do you see yourself or the organization staying ahead in the evolving market space?
No, I think we keep looking at opportunities in all directions, but my whole life work is dedicated to sustainability. I started working on oil conservation when I left Indian Oil. Then I started working on providing clean drinking water. Then I have started working on energy conservation. So my bigger objective is only sustainability. And many areas will open up. To do business, we look into these spaces. As far as innovation is concerned, we look at anything which we do, whether it is working in the office, sitting in the office, doing the campaigns for media building, buying the media, anything which we do, we look at how we can do better. So that's what the innovation is all about.
Uh, As we move towards the concluding question, sir, one intriguing question that I had is when you started Kent RO, right? You would have definitely seen into some kind of data which would have triggered some kind of response from your side, and this whole idea would have started. What were those core questions or data that instigated you to work in this direction? That is question number one. And second is, what is the data on date suggesting to you which has kept you going and looking at growth path at Kentaro?
Yeah, I think when I started, I didn't look at too much data, frankly speaking. I look at the opportunity. I built a RO water purifier for myself, and I found there was none in the market which could remove dissolved impurities. I knew water was getting dirtier and dirtier and not cleaner and cleaner. So I thought, let me put this back into the market. And that's how this small idea, it has evolved into this business. Now, going forward, also, I look at not at the data, but at the issues with the societies. The moment you look at the issues in the societies, as I said, energy conservation is a big issue in the society. And we need to continue to look into alternate source of energies. If you are not going to look at it, I think in next 50 years, the next generation will not be able to find this earth as livable as we have found. In fact, we have to leave this earth more livable than what we inherited. So I think that's an opportunity in front of you. I don't think you require a data clinching to look into all these things. Just work on it, and if you can find solution, you'll be able to contribute to the society.
Right. So do you believe, sir, public-private partnership are essential to solving India's water and sanitation challenges? And has Kent RO engaged in such partnership under its CSR strategy? This is a question coming from my editor.
Well, certainly the government is responsible for providing clean drinking water. So, but if it is not able to do for whatever reasons it is so, the private people have to come into this sphere. Many times people have asked me, this is the government's responsibility, they will provide clean drinking water. What will you do as a business tomorrow? I shall be the happiest person to close my business and do something else. The purpose is to provide clean drinking water to the people of residents of the country. If government is able to do like what Singapore has done, I'll be very happy to do something else. So I need not devote my energy into this sector. I will have other issues which I can resolve.
Right.
Because the business is not only trading. See, there are two types of businesses. One is commodity business. You require to eat something, so you require the commodity to cook your food. So that's more of, I would say, a commodity trading.
Right.
But if you are trying to find solutions to the problem, which are no solutions exist, that's innovation and putting in front of you. So if that happens to in a public-private partnership, is good. Why not? Why should you isolate? If it happens only by public, that's also good. If it happens only by private, even if it's a business like we have done, I feel it's okay, nothing harm I have done it. At least I am able to solve problems which were not solvable or not solved. So to my mind, it should happen if possible. If it happens by individual group, either public or private, both are welcome. But the problem should be resolved. That's more important.
Right. So what are your sir policy suggestions to government कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा private public partnerships हो पाए या government level पे ही water पे purifying पे और drinking water पे ज़्यादा काम हो पाए? What are the areas where you still think we have to go still go far?
See, I will put it like this: there are two issues out here. First is education. Second is the solution. So today, the education for drinking clean water does not exist. It's a compulsion of the government not to say that my water is not clean. So they have to say my water is clean. Now it's a big dilemma. If you go to any bureaucracy house or any government minister's house, they will use a water purifier. But they will not say in public the water which I supply is not clean to drink.
Yeah, right, sir.
Now, if that's the right thing, so first is to educate people. Now, obviously, the public sector will not teach the people. No supplier of the Delhi Jal board or no supplier of the any municipality is going to say, I don't give you clean water. So this is the biggest dilemma first. So to my mind, education is first. and second is finding a solution. So a lot of solution, you don't contaminate your water resources. हम लोगों के यहाँ रिवर्स को क्या बोला गया? माँ गंगा, माँ यमुना। हम लोगों ने ये उपाधि दी रिवर्स को कि वो वो पूजनीय है। उससे बड़ा कोई इमोशनल अटैचमेंट हो सकता है रिवर का, लेकिन हम उसको बिहेव करते हैं क्या? उनको अपनी माँ मानते हैं क्या? अगर माँ मानते हैं तो इतनी कंटेमिनेट कर सकते हैं क्या हम? ये एजुकेशन कौन देगा? ये भी एजुकेशन है। ये एजुकेशन तो सबको देना पड़ेगा ना, अपने लोगों को। गवर्नमेंट बोल के चली जाती है, बट एज ए कॉमन सिटीजन वी डोंट परसीव दिस। आज सारा सीवेज यमुना में आप आना बंद कर दीजिए, डू यू थिंक यमुना विल गेट क्लीन्ड? नाउ व्हाई दिस इन्वेस्टमेंट नॉट कमिंग? So the government has to think about it. Now you think private people will bring this investment, forget about it. It is job of the government. Municipalities का काम है, पंचायत का काम है। मैं तो यहाँ तक बोलता हूँ, सबसे पहले काम पंचायत से शुरू होता है। पंचायत के यहाँ पे आपने हर घर पे आपने बाथरूम बना दिया अंडर दी कैंपेन, बट उसका सीवेज कैसे ट्रीट हो रहा है? वो तो जमीन के अंदर ही जा रहा है ना सीवेज तो।
राइट
राइट राइट।
कोई आपने कोई पाइपलाइन तो नहीं लेकर, ये एसटीपी तो नहीं बनाया। आपने एक टैंक बना दिया, टैंक में सीवेज में पानी वो जाएगा कहाँ? अल्टीमेटली सीवेज पानी में जाएगा। उसी के बाजू में बोरवेल लगा दिया आपने। आप उसको दे क्या रहे हो? आप कंज्यूमर को क्या दे रहे हो? काम के कंज्यूमर को क्या क्लीन वाटर दे रहे हो? तो बट लेकिन ठीक है, वो दोनों प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गई। हमने बाथरूम भी बनवा दिया आपके आपके घर के अंदर, हमने आपके घर में नल भी लगा दिया, लेकिन पानी कहाँ से आया? वही वही जमीन का पानी आया, अंडरग्राउंड पानी है जो कि कंटेमिनेट हुआ। तो ये सोल्यूशन तो सोचना पड़ेगा ना, ये चीज ठीक है गलत है। मैं किसी को क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहा हूँ, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड।
राइट सर। I think that will require a separate discussion, sir. Probably some kind of recommendation that we can probably bring to policy holders, to present to policy holders also, policy makers also.
कम से कम आप उनको इशू तो बताइए, these are the issues.
And it's a very pertinent point. It doesn't often come up. ना ग्राउंड वाटर का
लोग बात नहीं करते सर इसके बारे में। अभी तो हम प्यूरिफायर्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, बट रूट कॉज के बारे में
आपको मैं एक चीज बता देता हूँ। पहले टेक्नोलॉजी आती है, फिर उसके इल इफेक्ट आते हैं। सबसे पहले आपको आया कि एंटीबायोटिक्स आर गुड फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। दूसरा एंटीबायोटिक्स आर गुड फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग। फिर कुछ साल के बाद मालूम पड़ता है एंटीबायोटिक्स आर वेरी बैड फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, राइट? अभी वो जो टेक्नोलॉजी इंटरवेंशन होता है, उसका जो नेगेटिव इफेक्ट है वो थोड़ा दिन के बाद मालूम पड़ता है। ये हर टेक्नोलॉजी में हुआ है, और फिर वो टेक्नोलॉजी को ब्लेम किया गया उसको बाद में, उसके हार्ड इफेक्ट है। और अब टेक्नोलॉजी में ये हो गया भाई आयुर्वेद अच्छा है या ये आपकी ये मेडिसिन अच्छी है। अब ये जितनी भी आप मेडिसिन लेते हैं, एंटीबायोटिक्स लेते हैं, कहाँ जाती हैं? आपने कभी सोचा उनका बरियल कहाँ है? उनका बरियल पानी में ही है। वो सबसॉइल में जाती हैं। आपकी बॉडी थोड़ी एब्जॉर्ब करती है उसको, कोई कन्वर्ट थोड़ी करती है। वो तो आप उसको एमिट करते हैं तो पानी में जाती है, पानी में जाती है तो सबसॉइल में जाती है। इतना आप केमिकल इस्तेमाल करते हैं फॉर्म में, पेस्टिसाइड, इंसेक्टिसाइड, कहाँ जाता है वो क्रॉप के अंदर थोड़ी चला जाता है। क्रॉप के सरफेस पे रहता है, बाकी सब पानी में जाता है। आज आज अगर पंजाब में चावल बनता है, वो चावल में एंटीबायोटिक पाया जाता है, क्योंकि पानी जो यूज होता है वो एंटीबायोटिक है उसके अंदर पे, उसके अंदर पेस्टिसाइड्स है। तो हम इन सब टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके अपने सिस्टम को खराब कर रहे हैं, तो इसका इफेक्ट लेटर ऑन आता है। अब सरकार ने क्या किया? सरकार ने पानी नल से जल दे दिया, तो पानी तो आ गया आपका। अभी तक आदमी क्या करता था? गांव में पानी को मटके में भर के लाता था, अपने घर में लाके उसको पीता था। जैसा भी पानी होता था सोर्स का, एफर्ट लगती थी। अगर उसके मटके में थोड़ा पानी रह जाता था, उससे क्या करता था? नहाने के लिए डाल देता था, मटका साफ करके पानी लाता था। मटके में रोज नया पानी आता था, जो स्टोर्ड पानी नहीं है, जो फ्लोइंग पानी है। अभी क्या होने वाला है? उसके घर में नल लग गया, तो नल का पानी कहाँ जाएगा? आप समझ सकते हैं? ऊपर टंकी लग गई सबके घर पे, वो टंकी में जाएगा, टंकी से उसके किचन में आएगा। सही है गलत है बताइए आप? उस टंकी की हालत 6 महीने बाद जाके देखिएगा क्या होगी।
हम्म।
टंकी में आपके जर्म्स आ जाएंगे, आपके मच्छर आ जाएंगे, उसके अंदर मिट्टी आ जाएगी। उसको कौन साफ करेगा गाँवों में? आप मटके को रोज साफ करते हो, उस टंकी के पानी को पियोगे आप यहाँ भी घरों में जाके टंकी के पानी में जाके देख लेना, कभी छिपकली मरी होगी, कहीं पे मच्छर मरे होंगे,
हम्म।
लेकिन पानी देखने में साफ नजर आता है, इसलिए आप पीते हैं उसको। तो ये जो चीजें गई हैं गांवों में, ये आने वाले समय में इनका क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा, और गांव वाले को क्या एजुकेशन देना है ताकि वो बीमार ना पड़े, ये सब सोचने वाली बातें हैं। और ये टेक्नोलॉजिकल इंटरवेंशन अच्छा है आज की तारीख में, बट साथ में प्रिकॉशन भी जरूरी है, मैं ये कहता
हम्म।
हूं। और प्रिकॉशन का एजुकेशन देना जरूरी है। ये
राइट सर।
ये बड़े वाइडर इश्यूज हैं, मैं इस पे
हम्म।
कहना नहीं चाहता था, लेकिन आपने मेरे से क्वेश्चन पूछा तो फिर क्वेश्चन का आंसर पूरा दिया है मैंने।
नहीं, but sir,
नहीं
this is
सर,
what
यहाँ
we
हमारा
wanted.
हमारा मकसद ही है कि वाइडर इश्यूज पे भी जो लोग आपकी तरह के अनुभवी लोग हैं वो अपना पर्सपेक्टिव दें, तभी तो लोग समझेंगे, पॉलिसी मेकर्स को भी तभी समझ में आएगा। अब कोई भी बोले तो उसका, अब आपने इतने वर्षों तक काम किया है इन मुद्दों पे, उसके आपकी जो इंसाइट्स है कहीं ना कहीं बहुत रिचर है इंडस्ट्री में। और डेफिनेटली सर हम इस पे सेपरेटली भी एक बार डिस्कस करेंगे, इस इशू को लेके प्रोबेबली कनेक्ट भी करेंगे कि कैसे इसको एक प्रोबेबली एक कैंपेन, एजुकेशनल कैंपेन के रूप में पॉलिसी मेकर्स को सजेस्ट किया जा सकता है, एंड हाउ इट कैन बी रोल्ड आउट अक्रॉस कंट्री, कि क्या क्या हो सकता है। यू हैव प्रोबेबली मेंशन्ड अ फ्यू स्पेसिफिक्स ओनली, but there would be other issues related to it also, and probably other solutions also. So thank you sir, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing those insights, and thank you for being with us in this latest talk segment. Thanks a lot. Thanks a
Thank you,
lot.
sir.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.